Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about independence, how you find your independence, and all about self-love and learning to love yourself and love your own company. When I was younger, one of the biggest things that helped me with depression was learning to find comfort in my own self, learning to love myself and learning to love my company, not feeling like I'm alone and lonely just because I'm by myself, and just learning how to be more independent. So I wanted to give you some tips on how to learn to love being alone and being with yourself and how to get some independence. Let's get started. Okay, so the first tip I have for you guys is learning how to enjoy your own company. And whether that may be going to the movies by yourself, treating yourself out to dinner, going shopping, or even just going to get your nails done by yourself, those are small feats that can really make a difference and help you to get more comfortable with yourself. And I think the reason we're not comfortable with ourselves is because we really know ourselves and we know what's really hiding deep in that mind, and we don't want to take a second to listen and deal with it. So to distract ourselves from the truth, we choose to hang out with others. And it's not to say that hanging out with other people is wrong, but it's also to say that hanging out with yourself should equally be as pleasing and comforting. So I would start with maybe taking a walk by yourself, or even just sitting outside by yourself. If that's the first step, just sitting outside by yourself. My mother, when I was younger, had a friend who would go to the movies by herself, and you couldn't tell me she wasn't the craziest person. And when I asked her about it, she said, I just enjoy my own company. I don't need someone to take me to dinner if I want to go to dinner. And that made me stop and think, because if you think about all the times where we don't do something because other people are not going to do it, it's really ridiculous. And I mean, that's even going as far as traveling. If you don't have a travel buddy, you're not gonna go. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think that we do not need a partner. We don't need a clutch to do the things that we want to do. And if that's something that's hindering you, I definitely think that you should start small and big. My goal is to eventually have a solo trip by myself. I don't know where yet, but I do want to have a solo trip by myself and backpack for a little bit. I would say like a month or so, but that's completely down the line just because I have a 9-to-5 and school. It's not gonna add up, but it is my goal. The next tip I have is to make it a habit. Make being by yourself, or make being with your own thoughts, a habit. Seek out time to have alone time, to have that time, even if it's just 5 minutes every morning, just breathing and meditating and talking to yourself or whatever higher being you believe in. I think that time is so important, because if you're able to if you can't be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anyone else. And I think that that's, like I said, why we stray away from hanging out with ourselves. We feel awkward, we feel weird, we feel like other people are looking at us. But it's really not true. People do not care. I've been to the movies by myself so many times, and no one cares. Everyone's enjoying the movie, laughing. If you want, pick a corner seat on the side that no one has bought yet. But really, just make it a habit. Even if it's just one day out of the week where you take some time to take a walk in the park without your dog, without your boyfriend or your significant other or a friend. Just take some time for yourself and make it a habit. I promise you, you will see results, and you will genuinely come to love and enjoy your own company. The third tip I have is to take some time to reflect. And I've kind of been building up to this, but I think reflection is so important because it gives you the space to know yourself, be honest with yourself, understand your wants and your needs versus your strengths and your weaknesses. And I think that's key to knowing more about yourself. And in this world, I don't think we know enough about ourselves. I don't think we take the time to treat ourselves right. And that's everyone, men, women, children even. I think we don't take the time to really just get to know ourselves on another level, to the point where we know what we want, we know what we need, and we know what we're not going to tolerate. But if you take some time just to reflect every day on how you feel, maybe just write out a couple things that stand out to you, I think it would just completely help. And just being open and honest. I can't stress the open and honest enough, because it's so vital, it's so key to self-love and independence. I think you're not going to want to hang out with yourself if you don't know yourself, and if you're unsure about yourself, and if you're struggling, that's fine, but still take the time to know yourself. It's so important. Take that time to reflect, think back, be thankful and grateful for everything that you have, and just go from there. The fourth thing I have for you guys is to understand your finances. Now, for me, I can't be fully independent if I'm not financially independent. And I think that it's easier said than done. When I was 15, 16, no, I was not going to be financially independent. I was not going to be able to pay all these bills by myself. But I had a job and I worked, and it helped me to identify what I would spend my money on, how to spend my money, how to budget, what the things were I liked. Did I like material things? Did I like to go and explore life and, go on trips? It's budgeting and understanding your finances are so important to your independence, because without it, you won't be able to do anything. And it's sad in this world that money is what we use, but it just is what it is. So really taking responsibility of your finances is really important, and being able to separate that finance from your family and from your parents, I think, is also important. And I think that until people actually break that financial barrier, there will still be some sort of codependence. And listen, I'm still with my mom on my phone plan, so I completely understand. We share that bill, but I definitely think it's important to financially separate yourself from your parents and understand what it means to work for what you need and live off the money that you make. I don't think you'll feel any other independence like that, and it feels good. I mean, honestly, I couldn't wait to get a job and be like, oh, I don't need your money, Mom. You know what I mean? And it wasn't trying to be like, oh, but at the end of the day, as you grow up, you become a woman or you become a man, and you don't want to have to ask people for help. You don't want to have to lean on other people for help. And so when you don't have to do that, you feel really great about yourself. And I think that it takes you to a whole nother level in how you feel in your independence and your self-love and self-worth. And the final tip that I have for you guys is to explore this world with people and without people. Explore this world with yourself. Explore yourself and your mind. Don't be afraid to dig deeper. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid of different cultures and diversity. I think that really, truly allows us to grow, and it allows us to just be happy and with ourselves. I've seen so many women who have gone on solo trips to India and Mumbai and Thailand, just so many places. And honestly, speaking to them when they come back, I'm just like, wow, you're literally so amazing. I can't believe you've done this, and I can't wait till it's my turn to do that. You know what I mean? I think that awareness, self-awareness, cultural awareness is so important to our independence and our growth and our love for one another and ourselves, that it's ridiculous. And I think that if we follow these 5 tips and really just start here. I think that it will allow you to grow, and you'll learn so many more habits that help you with self-love and independence. And before you know it, girl, you'll be independent AF. So those were my 5 tips. Leave comments below if you guys have any tips for self-love or independence, and I'll be happy to respond to those. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.